Welcome back to Fast Money. When we're mapping out the market, we break things down into sectors and industry groups. For example, in the S&P, there are 11 sectors, 24 industry groups. But did you know the same can be said for cryptocurrencies? It's true. And BK has broken down the crypto universe in a way that's never been done before. Check it out.
Bitcoin. What is it? And why is it so popular? And why the heck are the kids so into it? To understand those questions, you must look beyond the Bitcoin and to the broader crypto universe. You see, Bitcoin is just the biggest of literally 1,000 cryptocurrencies. It's a world unto itself and its own market. And just like the stock market, it has its own organizational structure. So let's free our minds and map the crypto universe together. Much like the stock market, the crypto universe can be broken into 3 categories: large cap, mid cap, and small cap coins. The biggest and most widely owned cryptos are Bitcoin and Ethereum. Think of them as your blue chip Dow stocks like IBM and Boeing. Typically, these large cap currencies are about above 10 billion in market cap, and they trade around 500 million to 5 billion per day. Next, there are mid cap and small cap cryptos. And much like the stock market, these coins comprise the vast majority of cryptos. Mid cap coins range in value from 1 billion to 10 billion in market cap, and small cap coins are generally below 1 billion, and they represent some promising projects and others that probably shouldn't be touched. Now, it's not just the size of the coin, but how you use it. And therein lies a key distinction for crypto. Coins have uses. Some, like Bitcoin, are used for payment. Others, like Saya and MadeSafe, are used for storage. Now, there are 12 categories for crypto: payment, privacy, and storage, smart contract platforms, lending and exchanges, specialty payments, interoperability, industrials, Internet of Things, gaming, securities tokens, and services. Now that you know the crypto universe, you'll be free to begin trading. Good luck out there.
All right, BK, good stuff. So how should you apply all this to create a portfolio?
Yeah, well, thanks, Scott. So when you look at your portfolio, like I said, there's thousands of cryptocurrencies out there. So let's break it down and look at the way that I kind of look at a portfolio now. Let's say you have $10,000, you want to invest in this asset class. So this is how I'm looking at it. So I want to have 30% in the currencies. That's where I talked about the bigger names like Bitcoin and Ethereum. Those are your large cap. The other 30% I want to have in platforms, which includes Ethereum. And we'll go through all of these in a minute, but the platforms are what's being built on, right? That's where the new apps are coming. Another 20% I want to have in the privacy coins, 10% in apps, 10% in exchanges, that's where all the money's being made right now, and 10% in what I'm calling hybrids here, which are coins that can be used as a currency and a platform. So let's break it down and check out what the portfolio looks like when we go there. Okay, so here's our crypto portfolio. Here's the first 3 big sectors. Currency. You want to have Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, and Litecoin. Those are all going after the big use case of global monetary use. In your platform area, the way I would spread them out: Ethereum, Ethereum Classic, EOS and NEO. On all of these platforms, new things are being developed. Thousands of people are building on top of it. And then the privacy sector. There's really 3 you want to be involved in: Zcash, Monero, and Dash. Those ones are going to be used not just for things you don't want people to see, but maybe if you don't want to, if you're a big company and you don't want to show that things are moving around the world. Now let's look at the second part of your portfolio here. Okay. When I look at apps, I want to look at things that are solving real-world problems. So in here, the Storm app, that one I love. I'm a holder in that one. Metal, solving a real-world problem out there. And Salt is in lending. That's very interesting as well. Here's the exchanges I mentioned. Binance is one. You can buy a coin in Binance. 0x, you can buy a coin in. And Polymath is they're like the investment bank. And so they're bringing all the deals to the exchanges. Finally, the hybrids that I talked about, those are Ripple and Stellar. And what's interesting about these is that not only can they just be used as a pure currency, but you can also build on top of them. So you want to be involved in those as well.
Hey, Brian, of the 12 sectors, interoperability seems the most interesting to me. What sector in real life is using the most crypto?
Right now, the sector that's using the most is most likely supply chain. So IBM's doing some really good work with Hyperledger within the supply chain.
Well, that's quick. I was going to ask BK, if folks at home are terrified of crypto, as I am, by the way. Are there stocks? You just mentioned IBM, but Overstock is sold off. In other words, could you do a basket of traded equities? Would AMD, NVIDIA, Overstock, IBM, do they fit into that world?
They certainly do. You get more enterprise exposure rather than pure coin exposure. But yeah, you can absolutely put together a portfolio like that.
Karen, you got quick?
No, they just all seem to trade together, though. Do you think that we'll start to see differentiation in the stories?
I do think so eventually. As this asset class matures, you will see dispersion among them. But I agree with you now. They all definitely have a high correlation.
All right, BK, we do have a tweet for you.
Right.
The first one today is from Adam, who asks, how much of your crypto portfolio should be held in cash or U.S. dollar wallet?
Well, thanks for the question, Adam. To me, if you're bullish, it should be 0%. I mean, you're taking a small portion of your overall portfolio, 1 to 5%, and putting it into this asset class. That's my view. So I wouldn't hold any cash necessarily if you're bullish on this space.
All right, another one. What's your opinion on the safest ways to store your cryptocurrency for the long term?
Yeah, so cold storage, there's a couple options there. Zoppo will do some of the bigger coins. BitGo has a great option, or you can get a Trezor or a Ledger and do your own cold storage. But cold storage is the key here.
Reports surfacing this week that regulators have issued subpoenas for a number of initial coin offerings looking into potential fraudulent activities. The investigation underscoring fears of a broader crackdown in that space. Now, ICOs were the hot new jam in crypto last year, but there's a new buzzword making the rounds in the Bitcoin universe, airdrops. So what exactly is that? For more, we need to bring in our Bitcoin baller, Brian Christopher Kelly, otherwise known as BK. 3 names because he has a pocket square. BK.
Yeah.
Works for Carter Braxton Worth.
Thanks for having me, Scott. I watch you guys every day. It's a lot of fun. Let me talk to you about what the new word is. You know what it is? It's airdrop. What the heck is an airdrop? Well, we're going to talk about airdrop versus an ICO. Basically, an airdrop is like getting a free sample in the mail. So you own a certain token. All of a sudden, one day you wake up because of owning it, you get another token. So it's an add-on token. Why is it different from an ICO? In an ICO, you're getting an entirely new token and you're buying that token. So here in the airdrop, we get it for free. In the ICO, you got to pay for it. The airdrop is very similar to a dividend. So you already own a stock, you're getting a little bit more. You're getting US dollars, you're getting cash. You already own a currency in this case, you get another currency. It's like a dividend. ICO is much more like, it actually is, you're making an investment. So you're putting up money, it's a new position for you. That's what an ICO is. So let's just take a look at how this works. There's one coming up, and this is the next big one. This is happening March 5th. Ethereum Classic, symbols ETC and Callisto. That's the airdrop. So if you own ETC on March 5th, and it'll happen at some time on March 5th, it's based on when the blocks update, but for every ETC you own, you're going to get one CLO, which is Callisto, and Callisto's a new blockchain. They're going to do some testing on it and try to upgrade Ethereum Classic with it, but it could have value. If it gets on exchange, it could have value, and that's why people like it. So let's look at what's happening here with Ethereum Classic price. You can see it's been in a bit of an uptrend here, right? And we've seen that. This is everybody buying into Ethereum Classic to get the Callisto airdrop. So here you are. You own Ethereum Classic. You own 10 of those. You're going to get 10 CLL on March 5th, and that is the new hot thing called an airdrop.
Anybody have a question for BCK?
Sure, Beek. So let's think about this. When you're an equity investor and you get a dividend, some people like to invest it. They put it right back in the stock. What do you do with these airdrops? Are you going to put it back in, the cash back into the original? Do you hold on to them? Is there some sort of unique value to this airdrop and that you want to hold on to it?
Right. So there is actually a value, and it's another coin. It's almost like getting a stock dividend or a spin-off in another company type of thing. So, you might own IBM, and they spin something off as a special dividend. You get that. So it's not like you get US dollars you can reinvest back in. And some of these airdrops, the better ones, the ones that are real projects, actually do have value and begin trading on exchanges.
You didn't like the BCK thing?
I like the BCK thing. No, it's very, very smart of you.
You like it?
Just like my suit.
Yeah, the suit.
Do they make that for men?
It's a onesie.
What's the difference between Bitcoin and NASA? Bitcoin's going to the moon. What's Satoshi's favorite brand of sneakers?
Nikes.
Asics.
If you have 0.1 Bitcoin, how much do you have?
Why doesn't the government embrace Bitcoin?
Too transparent.
Right, they hate the idea of proof of work.
Oh. How do you stop banks from screwing people out of money?
You hype it up.
Block them.
How many miners does it take to change a light bulb?
10.
1 million. You know why?
Why?
Want to do it at 999,900 to verify that he did it.
Where will Jamie Dimon go to invest in Bitcoin in 2018? JP Morgan. If Ethereum fails, where will it go? Into the ether.